Hello and welcome back to this live with me, Kell Bell. Today I am talking about the most valuable resource in community and family studies. So a huge welcome to you no matter where you are on your CAFS journey, whether you've been thrown in the deep end and you're doggy paddling and scrambling and trying to work out how to navigate your way through this course and teach your students. Or you might be kind of in the messy middle because you've kind of maybe done a little bit of professional learning, you've been maybe teaching for 6 to 8 years, you're really finding your feet and you're starting to nail the content in CAFS, but might not actually be getting the results that your school and you want with your kids. Or you might be a seasoned pro, have been doing this for a while, 15, 12 years, and beyond, and you're just not finding things are sticking with your kids anymore, or you're maybe looking for that spark again. A huge welcome to you. My name's Kell. I hope that you get a lot out of our bite-sized PL with me, our lunch and learn together. Please let me know who is watching live. Pop in the comments and say hello. Let me know where you are in your CAFS journey, whether you're at the beginning, somewhere in the middle, or you've been doing this for a long time like me. I've been teaching and educating CAFS for 20 plus years, and it blows my mind to think that I've been surrounded by this course for such a long time. Today I'm sharing with you what is the most valuable resource that I personally think that a teacher can have access to in community and family studies. And it's not what you think it is. It's not professional learning. It's not a workshop. It's not getting someone to come and work with your kids one-on-one like some organisations do, or I do with your students in our masterclasses. It's HSE marking is part of it. I think that's a really valuable resource. It's definitely not the simulated babies. And look, I've heard lots of conversations recently in and around our Facebook groups around the simulated babies, and whether, people know of somewhere or a supplier that offers them really affordable. And I'm going to tell you right now that you do not need to order or purchase the simulated babies. And the suppliers of that are going to hate me for saying that out loud, because the simulated babies do not hold a place in community and family studies. Now, why? Why do they not exist? Why are these not the best place? For one, they're very expensive, between $2,000 and $4,000 for something that you can simulate in different ways. They are an awesome resource, for different organisations. They're probably a good resource to use in something like child studies or EEC if you're at a big school. If you're not, and your faculty budget is very limited, I'm talking, $2,000 or $3,000, there goes your whole faculty budget in one purchase. The simulated babies often don't stay charged, kids break them, or, data happens and things go missing. I really personally, deep down, don't think we need them. They haven't really existed in high-performing classes for a very, very long time. So if you've heard of the word on the street that the simulated babies are the answer to everything, I'm here to tell you that they're not. And I'm going to tell you that you're the most valuable resource in your classroom right now. Not a textbook, not a resource, not professional learning, not a simulated baby, but you as the educator, you as the teacher are the most valuable resource in your classroom. Now, what you need to do with that resource is protect it. You need to protect your time, your energy, and your well-being so you can show up as the best version of yourself in your busy classroom. So I'm going to unpack quickly what I think you can do, what has worked as obviously for me, hearing and talking to CAFS teachers for the best part of 14 years prior to actually starting the Learning Network, working with teachers and schools and all those sorts of things in professional learning. And of course, now that I get to do this full time with you, there's lots of conversations that we get to have together. And look, these are some strategies that have worked for our members, our CAFS Collective members, and teachers that I work with literally every day. The first thing that you need to do to maintain that energy and maintain the best version of yourself is to seek support from other people who have been there and done it before. So that might be a mentor at your school, having a quick conversation with them about where you're up to in CAFS or what you're kind of working on with the kids, getting their ideas and seeing, when you kind of come into the course, you have the syllabus in the textbook, maybe a couple of other booklets that you've purchased from us or some other resources that you've got, a Google slide, a PowerPoint. But that's really surface level understanding. You really need to know where some of this content comes from and the meanings behind it. Now, a syllabus won't tell us that. So it's really important that you have a conversation with trusted colleagues that you can go to for support, to have that conversation, to have that open discussion about, okay, look, I've got this part of the syllabus that I'm up to. I've got no idea where it sits within the rest of the course. I'm not really sure about this stuff on social parents. Like, what is this about? What's that learn to about? What can I do to give the kids some more resources or give the kids some activities to do to actually apply their knowledge, understanding, and skills of the course? So that's the first one, really going to colleagues that you trust, colleagues that have been there and done that before. Now, this is probably a bit controversial. If you don't have a teacher at your school who isn't experienced, you need to go outside of your school to find that. There are lots of teachers out there that still say, I'm a CAFS guru at my school. Yes, you might love CAFS, but do you know what HSC markers are looking for? Have you done HSC marking? Have you got the runs on the board for success? Have you got those high number of band 4, 5s, and 6s consistently, high state average every single year? Because look, I'm not going to big note myself at all, but there are lots of teachers who say, I love CAFS, it's so great. And you hear some of the assessment tasks that maybe they're giving the kids, or you hear that they're, using simulated babies or not really focusing on HSC skills. And they're kind of questioning why their HSC results or why the kids are dropping the course. So you could be the most amazing teacher in the world, but you need to be able to show the kids what success looks like in community and family studies. So make sure you're going to a teacher that is experienced, been there, done it before, has the runs on the board, I'll say out loud, because look, you're going to invest so much time in knowing the course and working out how to help the kids improve. If you go to someone who's kind of at the same level as you, like you would a coach. Like when I do training at the gym, I'm not going to go to one of the people that I train with as a member. I'm going to go to our trainers or seek external support or seek coaching outside of our gym if someone can't show me how to do a clean or a snatch like we did for our recent Coast Games that you might have seen on socials. Anyway, so that's the first one, going to someone who has the runs on the board, the experience to help you. The second thing that you can do to protect yourself is to look at the syllabus from a larger perspective. Take like a helicopter view over the syllabus and then go, okay, where does this part here fit with that other section over there? So for example, things like well-being, needs, resources, support, they're really crucial. That's like a really crucial set of content, and the skills that go with that and the application that goes with that and the examples that you can kind of use with the kids are really going to help the kids be set up for success. So you need to show and work out from that helicopter view where all those bits and pieces fit together within a syllabus itself. So something that you might like to do is access like a mapping document or maybe a coded sample of the syllabus. And then you can kind of see where it all fits together. And that's a great thing about CAFS. If you haven't already noticed, that there's lots of connections across the course, that when the syllabus was amended back in 2013, that was done really intentionally to have those big picture concepts hit across the syllabus. So you kind of start with it in year 11 and you continue to build on it into year 12. And look, when I work with teachers in our master classes, when I work with the kids, but also when we work with teachers in our membership, That's one of the things that I see a lot, that we kind of teach at a very surface level without going too deep. We need to go deep without overwhelming the kids. So giving the kids opportunities to actually do hands-on learning. Now, when I first started teaching CAFS, what did it look like? Of course, I was just doing chalk and talk, just talking at the kids like I'm doing now to you, just talking at the kids for, a whole lesson, using the whiteboard, using the syllabus and the textbook without much else happening, a lot of discussion. The kids now, especially now, need to be able to apply their knowledge, understanding and skills. So exposing the kids to a variety of different activities, different, ideas, some hands-on learning to really improve what they're doing in the course. And look, that then allows the kids to get to know that content at a deeper level. So it's not just surface anymore. They actually have those examples embedded in what they do. The third thing that I think that we could do to really amp up our energy and also just really maintain that sense of wellbeing as a busy CAFS teacher is to try to work out ways to work smarter, not harder. And what I mean by that is in year 11, when we're teaching stuff on, let's say, those areas of formal and informal support in resource management, support comes up a number of times across our course. It comes up in year 11, it comes up in resource management, it comes up in families and communities, it also comes up in parenting and caring, it also comes up in groups in context to an extent when we look at types of services, community organisations, and also what the community is doing to help support the group. We also see it a number of ways in our 3 options. So it's really important that we're working smarter from the beginning. And that's why that helicopter view of the syllabus is a really good idea, and to have that idea of like kind of stepping back from it and going, okay, where do all these bits fit with each other? And looking at the content that we're teaching, but more about the concepts we're teaching and where we can work smarter and start to introduce examples all the way back in year 11. So in a practical sense, what that might look like, when we teach the kids, you have to have formal and informal support to help satisfy your needs. You might then go, okay, well, what's an example that I can talk about in year 11, which might then come up again in year 12? So something like, okay, if you've got a single parent, a sole parent, they might access something like Tricilium or Karatani as a support service that's going to help them, satisfy their needs or help them, maintain their own well-being. So you're trying to pick up on stuff that the kids do in year 12 in year 11, introducing those examples, introducing those groups, introducing those, different parenting types, parenting, situations that the kids can be exposed to as you actually teach it through. So let's quickly unpack what we've covered as the most valuable resource. And that's you as the educator, you as the teacher, you as the person who is delivering the content. You need to make sure, though, you're protecting your precious time, energy, and your well-being as you're doing this. The first way to do that is to get the support that you need and want. Someone who has been there, done it before, someone who's had the runs on the board, someone who knows the course, someone who has potentially been above the state average or had that, that really good gain with the kids. The second way is to make sure we're making use of that content across the course. So embedding those concepts as we teach them. So the kids really know their stuff, starting that stuff early. And the third way to help make your life so much easier as a busy CAFS teacher is to start to embed content from year 12 into year 11 to work smarter, to work more efficiently, to expose the kids to these ideas before they actually jump into year 12. So this is just a very small, or a few small ideas that you can adapt and tweak and change for your CAFS classroom. And look, these all come from a really good place, 20 years plus of teaching CAFS, 16 years as a HSC marker, 5 of those as like a supervisor of marking. And look, the best part of my career supporting CAFS teachers like you. So that is a very small snapshot as to, what you could do to really protect yourself as a CAFS teacher. And if you're looking for ongoing support, it's my absolute pleasure to let you know that our CAFS Collective membership is opening doors today for this for our mid-year intake. So if you've been checking out at our over the last couple of years, or if you've been hanging back, or if you're like, Kell, I just want some different ideas. I just want to hear from different teachers. I just want to hear what you've got to say, with your experience, or I just want to be surrounded by teachers who are doing the same thing as me. And that's a great thing about the CAFS Collective. We are in it together. No longer are we against each other. It's collaboration and connection over competition. It's community over competition. So if you've been checking it out, I know that budgets for the department have officially opened again. You can grab the paperwork that you need, head over to thelearnet.com/collective to grab all the paperwork you need. And look, tonight I'm hosting a CAFS camp, our very first night together. And if you kind of have seen me talking about CAFS for such a long time, or you've grabbed one of our resource booklets and you're not really sure and you have lots of questions, tonight is your opportunity to pick my brain, ask questions, see what I've got to offer. And it'll be my absolute pleasure for you to jump on board and hang out with us over the next 3 nights. So again, if you have been checking out the CAFS Collective, doors are open. Head to thelearnet.com/collective to grab all the details that you need. And if you want to hang out for the next 3 nights and see what I'm all about, you can also join our boot camp. So that's on our website, thelearnet.com/CAFS camp to sign up. But you're going to see a lot of me over the next 10 days, but it's my absolute pleasure to share my absolute love and joy for this amazing course that we get to teach. Have a great Arvo.